It's a glitch, bro. It's gotta be a glitch. If we all feel that way.
He won't even. Honestly, I was like, don't send it. He didn't even respond to me. He didn't say anything. I think he froze.
Oh no.
We lost.
No,
you that was good. That was good.
Fucking got me, man.
What? This is an IMDb list of theirs.
No. Well, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So
So then that is true. There's a bunch of fun shit. So it's all down here. The ones that are highlighted are the ones that I like that I would probably bring up. The ones that aren't highlighted are just, I really could care less for it.
I know Ren and Stimpy because I saw you didn't see the Nickelodeon thing, did you? On Hulu still.
No, I didn't.
Gotta watch that. Frank, you too. There's a Nickelodeon thing on Hulu. It's like an hour and change, hour and 10, 20 or something like that. It shows the beginnings of Nickelodeon and the Nicktoons, Doug, Rugrats, and Ren and Stimpy were the first three. They had a lot of creative control and nobody was on them. That's why the shows are really out there and zany. Not Doug, but like, Ren and Stimpy is. And that's yeah, dude, I'm telling you. And they went all the way like all through like all the Nickelodeon, like Nick Jr., all the Nickelodeon shows, everything we loved, Double Dare, the whole thing. You'll love it. It's really informative. All the creatives are on there, all the producers, all the story showrunners and everything. The showrunners and everything. Dude, it's awesome.
It's really good. I would check it out.
Sweet shorts, the everything in between.
Oh wait, I guess we're not starting.
Oh, you can get right now.
Oh, I thought we were starting. I thought that was part of it.
No, young child.
Should we change shirts?
Happy birthday.
Want to?
I don't. Well, only because this shirt is very like it stands out.
Happy birthday in there. That's I'll read it later. The card says happy birthday. Yes, it does.
Where?
Come on, give it
Where? I know I have a giant mole on my face.
Oh shit.
Hilarious.
Stop giving it to fucking Keenan Allen, bro.
Of course, man. Did you read it?
No, I'll read it. I'm pretty sure.
Of course, man.
Okay, what are we doing? Shows? We're talking about one. We're doing yoga first.
Yoga first.
I feel like I should change my shirt real quick because this shirt is very like identifiable.
Cool. I'll do that too.
Fuck. I don't want to go upstairs.
Well, then don't. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, do you like this movie? Is this good?
What is it? Carlito's Way?
I never saw it.
Yeah, you know what? If you've never seen it, I'd give it a watch for sure.
Yeah.
But
You don't sound too good on all that.
well, because it's a good movie, I just haven't seen it in. It's not one of those movies I'm like, oh, let's watch Carlito's Way.
It's not that.
It's similar to a Scarface or similar to a Goodfellas, where it has that aesthetic, but it's not something you're not gonna watch it more than 2 or 3 times a year.
You ever see? Probably not even that much at all.
You might.
Juice. Yeah, I've never seen Juice.
Juice is another good one. More than welcome to borrow that if you like.
Could I actually?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
If you're gonna borrow that, you gonna see Poetic Justice.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I love poet. It's like that. I know it's not like
those,
different
no, but
story.
they go hand in hand. Those
No, that's
two.
work. That
Because
works.
this one, he's like the gangster, and then the other one, he's like the lover.
Man, you got a Aronofsky collection. That's money.
Yeah. Well, there's only 2 on there, I think. Right.
Oh, you have Pie and Requiem.
Yeah.
That's a nice little duo. It's Creep Fest. I like that.
Yeah. On. Give it to Eckler, please. Give it to Eckler. Give it to fucking Eckler for the touchdown, please.
Yeah. Deki Matsui. Got Matsui.
Samsonite, Shawshank Redemption, Chicago.
Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, you're out.
You're out of here. Come on.
You're out of here. Get out of here.
On.
Real quick.
2 minutes, minute.
I'm good whenever you're ready. I'm already hit the button. I hit the button. No. That sucks. Whatever. It's only the third quarter. We got time. It's only the third quarter. Yo, tequila sunrise is a great backup drink. I only had was cranberry and orange juice in the fridge, and I had Casamigos, and I was like, oh, I know what I can make.
But you like drinking tequila like that?
Not really. I just don't have any vodka or gin.
But you'll settle.
And I'm out of beer.
Settle. I would never settle.
My three like liquors would be gin, vodka, tequila in that order.
Oh, it's in there.
And I like beer, but yeah, I'll drink tequila like that. I mean, I like to have a drink when we're doing this.
Carlitos, why?
Why? Oh, I think my shirt for a second. I'm like,
No.
is it- What about my shirt? Maybe.
Frank, you ever see this?
Pass.
I can't say this. Juice? Yeah, of course. You got the juice?
I haven't, believe it or not.
Get
And-
the fuck out of here. We're not recording. Go watch that right now.
I'm gonna
Great
watch it probably
fucking
tonight.
movie.
Dude, I know.
Seriously. Great fucking movie. Tupac plays such a great villain in that movie.
I know, I heard, and I've only maybe seen like a clip or two, and I like Omar Epps too. And
Yeah.
I've seen Above the Rim with Tupac. I've seen Poetic Justice. He was just talking about. I've seen those, and they're all like related. And
What's the one with him in the mail truck with Janet Jackson?
That's
Poetic Justice.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I love that one. But this has been a long time waiting. I'm overdue for that one.
Juice is such a good movie.
Juice, that was a good one.
See, Juice, I put in like the realm with like Boys in the Hood, New Jack City.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right
Like
in.
all of those movies, like definitely love
Early like black violent movies.
yeah,
But it's true. That's what it's depicted.
no, you're
You
right.
know?
You're right.
It's true.
I gotta say though, Menace to Society is probably my favorite of all of them.
Menace
Love
to
Menace
Society
Society.
of Boys to the Hood and Boys in the Hood are like Goodfellas Casino for me.
Yeah.
Because Boys in the Hood is actually not as graphic. Menace to Society is way more graphic and like gory.
I never
and
seen
gory,
that
not like
Society
war.
in full.
Oh, you should.
Really?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I
it's
watched
Great
like
movie.
There's nobody redeemable in that, I don't think. I
Menace
think it's
Society is the one with Kane, right?
Kane, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It
That
was
that
fucked
is
up.
my
It's a
favorite
good
of
movie.
all.
I
Of
just-
all
I
those
started
movies, that
watching
is
it
my
at a friend's
favorite.
house a long time ago, and then we just never finished watching it.
Watch
I
it,
picked
dude.
up.
Dude, it's on something. It's on
It's got
HBO.
it's on my list. Of some
You
It's
just
on
stream it on
Hulu, I
something.
think. Maybe
it's on my
HBO.
to-do list.
No, Menace to Society is definitely my favorite of all of those type of movies. 100%.
Wow. You ever see Above the Rim?
I don't think so.
Above the Rim is good. It's more basketball oriented, but Tupac, runs a team, like, with a kid in there, and like Tupac's older brother. I don't want to tell you everything, it doesn't matter, but like it's good. It's good New York
Another
Harlem
movie I
tale.
saw, I forgot who was in it, but it's a white guy, and the black girl is also very famous. She like ODs in the beginning, and it's New Year's. Not gang, Gridlocked. Gridlocked is what I saw with fucking what's his name from Reservoir Dogs?
Tyrese.
No.
What? Which-
Tyrese was not in Reservoir Dogs.
I didn't hear. I didn't know he was gonna finish that. Why am I thinking Too Fast, Too Furious? That's really
funny.
Or Baby Boy. He was in that shit too. Like
Baby Boy. Oh my God. You know what? That was a good movie for me.
I didn't
like that
see it.
movie.
I have it on a 4-pack DVD thing with Poetic Justice,
Really?
with Waist Deep.
Wait.
Or no, I'm lying.
Tim
Do you
Roth.
know that? Do you know
Roth.
that Snoop Dogg was in Baby Boy?
He's on the cover. Yeah, that I
Yeah,
actually do
Snoop
know
Dogg's
that,
in
but
it,
I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
Dude, that movie was good. I like that movie.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch
Jody?
it. Went to. I haven't.
Jody? My girl's Jody? The one that's
Tupac
staying at
and
my
Tim Roth
house?
are in Gridlock. That's a good one.
Gridlocked. I don't know.
Snoop Dogg plays a good villain in that movie.
Let's pick a show.
Okay,
Um,
want to get
all right, so-
let's get started on this.
You want to
I
talk
would
about
say, yeah,
one
let's
show?
get into this.
You want to pick a show and like talk about our thoughts if we agree?
I mean,
Um,
we could do that.
if we get, yeah, I mean, I'm not.
I'm
opposed
down
to
for
it.
Well, that's
whatever.
what you
to
were
be
gonna go
honest.
with.
We
No.
could ramble, we could whatever, because there's so many on this that I could
Yeah.
talk about. Like there are so I didn't even remember a lot of these shows.
You want to pop off with what Wild and Crazy Kids? Do you know that? Remember that
No.
one?
What?
Have it on your list.
Wild and Crazy Kids? No,
Wild
never
and-
heard of that one. I
You
see
don't
it on
remember
here,
that
but
from
I never heard of it.
Nickelodeon, dude? Oh, dude. Omar Gooding, Cuba Gooding's brother, Cuba Gooding from Boys in the Hood, his younger brother, Omar Gooding, is in that show, and two other people. They host like all these like kid games and stuff. And we were like kids, like 1991.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do know this.
What
oh,
Wild
shit,
and Crazy
fucking-
Kids.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, really, dude, it was solid. It was great. For the time, it worked. Perfect.
Never heard of it before.
It's on Danny's list.
How is it on my list?
It's right there.
That was like
you
a
said you wrote
spin-off
this part.
series from like the what's the
Wild
one
and
with the
Crazy- Oh shit, I did write that.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was
I
like
think
a
that's-
spin-off from like that type of show. You know what I mean? You can
That
tell
was
just by the
like-
t-shirts alone.
That's one of the GOAT of all the live action Nickelodeon shows. Guts is I prefer Guts,
I gotta
but
say something real
Really?
quick. You been to the American Dream Mall yet?
yes.
Okay, did you go and have fun at the American Dream Mall
No,
yet?
I know you
Okay.
went on all the rides. I didn't do all
So,
that shit. It's like
when-
it's like an airport.
Yeah, when we do that, you have to go check it out because they have a whole it's like 6 stories high. It's Legends of the Hidden Temple, and you're hooked onto a harness.
Serious?
Yeah, and you cross all these things, you're swinging from stuff. There's a net underneath you, but it's
Oh,
it's fun.
you serious?
Dude, it's dope.
That's amazing. I'll do that tomorrow.
100% dope. Frank, you
So,
up tomorrow?
am I off tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Alright.
no work today.
You wanna go to the American Dream?
No,
I can't tomorrow.
I can't. The kids are off school all week.
Oh, the kids have school, that's right.
Yeah. No. No, but you know what one of my favorite one was? You remember the show Figure It Out?
Yeah,
That was later though.
Nickelodeon show. Yeah, I think that was more like 2000s, but Nickelodeon show with like the face that had like you had to figure out the whole thing. That was one of my favorite like
That was good.
Nickelodeon like real life shows.
Let me throw you an old one, Nick Arcade, where the kids on there would play the video games of the time in arcade form, like Sonic and like all this stuff. You never heard of this?
No, I don't think
Oh, it
so.
was one of the best,
Just
dude. Oh
watching
my
other
god.
Blowing my mind right now.
Play on their arcade.
Kids are contestants on this physical like game like show, and in the end they play arcade games and they race for like like best points or like whoever finishes first, whatever the case. It's
Oh,
a
wow.
multi like game type game
Like a
show.
triathlon about games.
Yeah, but it's Nick Arcade because it was amazing. It's like you had to step on like this big telephone kind of thing. Like it was very like perfect for Nick at the time. You know what I mean? Like physical, like fat physical sets and shit. It was awesome. Dude.
I love those. I like Ninja Warrior. I'd love to jump on that show.
It's good.
I would-
That's cool.
I know maybe it's just me sounding cocky, but I'm so confident that if you told me Monday that I'm competing on Friday on American Ninja Warrior, I'd be like, all right, no doubt, let's get it. Because I just feel like the stuff that they do, it looks
but-
easy. I get it, and I know that it takes a lot of physical stress, but
It's not even that. A lot of the stuff you don't realize it's the hand
it's not
strength.
even strength.
Hand
It's
strength,
all
it's
grit.
momentum, it's a
Yeah.
lot, and it's how much
Yeah.
you can endure. You
Mhm.
can maybe do the thing where you're like, that's the like the
Yeah, you
hardest
can
thing
maybe
ever.
do each one of those things separately.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
But doing them all
Back to
together is
back,
what
back
the
to
hardest
back,
part
and
is. And yeah, dude, it really drains each muscle. If that's the thing, is by
Gotta
the
be
last
in
obstacle,
good
your hands
shape
are fucking
to be
dead.
regular.
You know, you got to get like Danny, no joke. You got to get like some of those hand strength test machines. They're like on Amazon for like $20. It's like the thing like you would squeeze with the springs, but it tells you how strong, like digitally on like how many pounds you're pulling with your hands. And
Cool.
bro, that would if you really want to go on American Ninja Warrior, that's something that I would recommend doing.
That's dope. I would love to check that out.
Yeah, that'd be an awesome thing to do.
I mean, it's a good goal
I've
too.
never-
Like like
I've never seen this Nick Arcade thing though.
Oh, dude.
yeah, me neither.
Oh my god, incredible, dude.
All right, so
For the time, I mean, like, but like it was so fun. It was one of the really good ones.
were
What
you-
was? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go.
I would say, were you more of Looney Tunes or Tiny Tunes?
Looney Tunes.
Ooh,
I love Tiny Tunes, but like Looney Tunes is it.
See, yeah, I love Looney
where's
Tunes.
like the baby Looney Tunes?
Yeah, Steven
Yeah,
Spielberg
no.
did it.
Yep.
I'd rather take the regular Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I'm OG
Same.
Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes is so important.
But I feel like Tiny Toons also related to us because we were kids and they were kids.
it was zanier. It was more like a Animaniacs. Amazing, but one of the best, by the way. Animaniacs. Remember
Narf.
Animaniacs? Yeah, dude. Play all the sub shows, Pinky and the Brain, the spin-offs and everything. Nerf. Right.
Knarf is actually my name backwards.
Oh my
It's
god, are
funny.
you
It's
kidding me?
Knarf. Yeah, I've always known that as the kid and everything. It's my name backwards. I used to get so excited when he would say it on the screen. That's why I say it.
Is that a palindrome? Yeah, it's like a halfway Tiny Toons, like a halfway between Looney Tunes, the old school comedy of like old Hollywood, and then Animaniac Zany. It was like a mix.
I liked it too because like the same thing with the Muppet Babies. The mom
Oh, love Muppet
was
Babies.
never shown. It was just like the knees down.
Well, Nanny.
Yeah. You never have any idea. Similar to not was it Powerpuff Girls or who's the other one where you never see Dexter. No?
Yeah, Dexter. You never see
Is
the
it
mom.
Dexter? You
Ah,
never see
Dexter's-
it?
you never see the
Laboratory.
mom.
I didn't watch all those cartoons. That was like
You never see the parents in Dexter's lab. And no, Powerpuff Girls. You do. There's another one. You're right. But okay, so wait, that's what I was gonna ask actually. What was your favorite? And I'll go with Cartoon Network now, just because we're on like the Cartoon Network shows. What was your favorite Cartoon Network cartoon?
I wasn't as hard on all of these. I know a bunch. If you say names, I'll know. I know Cow and Chicken. What was another big from like that time?
You know what I mean? Because I only really know like Adult Swim now. Like even all those shows I don't know anymore, except like Family Guy, was my religion.
All right. So I'm pulling up a list now.
Oh, I remember these. Okay.
Cow and
Chicken. There you go.
Ed Nettie, Powerpuff
Ed, Ed,
Girls,
Ed, for that one. Johnny
Courage
Bravo.
the Cowardly
Bravo was
Dog.
big for me.
Johnny Bravo. Yeah, of course it would be for you, Mr. Slick Hair and Muscles.
Dexter's Lab, I enjoyed
I
that.
didn't watch any of these. Space Ghost, Coast,
Wait,
because I know
you
that
didn't watch Courage the Cowardly Dog? That was a great one.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
at times, but like I was off this stuff at the time. Larry and Steve is what became Family Guy. That was his pilot cartoon.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah, that's
didn't know
was
that.
Seth MacFarlane did it on his kitchen table, and he pitched that, and
Grim
Family Guy
Adventures of
evolved
Bill
from
and
that.
Mandy.
Yes.
That's
I
wild.
forgot about the Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy. That's a good show.
Oh, I want that article
Yeah.
too.
Dexter's
Those
Lab,
are my-
Scooby Doo Incorporated. Two Stupid Dogs was a good one too.
I
Yeah.
love watching
Alright, I'm just-
Scooby-Doo, by the way. And Hanna-Barbera cartoons were the best.
Hanna-Barbera, I'll do that all day.
Hanna-Barbera.
All day. All day, bud.
That's funny.
Smurfs, Jetsons, Flintstones, probably my top 3 classics.
Wait,
What was
Smurfs
it?
wasn't Cartoon Network.
It was.
Really?
Was it back in the day? Did it
Yeah.
exist?
Wow.
Hell
I didn't
yeah.
know, wow.
Same thing with the Monkeys. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No.
Mm-mm.
I did more Nickelodeon than all these.
Really?
All right, so not to
Yeah,
stick on
also-
cartoon.
Well, I mean, we can go to Nickelodeon right after this because I mean, I'm interested to hear then. But I feel like I was more Cartoon Network growing up.
Well, it exists. You're also a couple years younger than me. So, I mean, like, it
Oh,
makes
true.
sense. You know what I mean? Like, 8th grade versus, like, 5th grade. You're still on those. Like, I'm not on those anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Ah, Elevate.
Okay, so wait,
motherfucker.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That was
Yep.
Cartoon Network.
Never got into that.
Get the fuck out of here! Really?
Yeah, it
Oh, that
wasn't
was a
good shit.
great show. Yeah, I guess
I
that's
really
all of
like
them
it.
now. I'm looking through this list and I'm like, yeah. Oh, Clone Wars, Star Wars, Clone Wars.
Yeah, you
Always.
love that, wouldn't you?
Always and forever.
Remember SWAT Cats?
No.
I used to watch that shit too. Scooby Doo was classic. I really didn't get into Johnny Quest that
Yeah,
much.
no.
You like Johnny Quest?
No, I really
I wasn't
watched
really a
lot
fan
these.
of that.
Only the ones we named I really watched. Couple.
Captain Planet.
That was 80s.
That was yeah.
Into the 90s.
90s,
That was a
96.
great show. I didn't know that was
Planet
Cartoon
was a good
Network.
show. Captain Planet, he's the
That was great.
hero. I
You ever
can't
see
believe I
the
remember that.
Mask and the Dumb and Dumber cartoon? That
Not
they
the
came out
Mask,
with?
but I saw the Dumb and Dumber cartoon at the time. Yes.
I never got into it. Never stayed with it. But they
Yeah.
also had a Beetlejuice cartoon. Did you like that?
No, I didn't watch that.
I saw that. It wasn't bad, but I don't think it like kept my attention much.
See that? Richie Rich. That's where
Richie
they made
Rich
the
was a
movie
good
from.
one.
All right, so wait,
Captain Caveman. I can't believe that shit was legit, but
Yeah, I
that was
don't know- I
older.
don't know all these.
Droopy.
swapping it up because we're getting to the end of the list now, and I want to hear what Darren has to say. So, give me your favorite Nickelodeon show then.
Oh,
One. Give me your
one?
one number. No, I mean we're going to talk about more than one.
you gotta do
Name a
two.
bunch.
You gotta do what? Live action versus animated.
No, animated. Animated
Animated?
cartoon. What was your number one
best?
go-to? I'm gonna watch this right now. Cartoon.
I have too many to name, but if I had to, my personal favorite, I had so many. Cartoon. I'll go Doug.
I'd go Rugrats.
Yeah?
I would go Rugrats just the same. That's the problem. There's
I
so-
like Rugrats, but because you said that, I'm gonna say Hey Arnold because I was between Rugrats and Hey Arnold.
I
And
was-
I did love Hey Arnold.
I didn't love
really
Hey
do
Arnold like
Hey Arnold.
everybody loved Hey Arnold, but I liked it. I went Shelby Woo. I like the live action ones like Snick. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like
Are
I
Are
was
You Afraid of the Dark was a good one.
You remember
But no.
Ghost Riders?
Ghost Rider. That wasn't
That was a
Nickelodeon,
good
but that was
one.
like Channel 9.
No,
That was a good
same
show.
thing.
The
How-
Amanda Show. That's funny. No, Jimmy Neutron was one of my favorite shows, and that movie was hilarious.
That was another pretty good one. I watched it, but
Ren
I
and
wasn't like,
Stimpy.
oh shit, fucking.
Oh.
Ren and Stimpy, Clarissa Explains It All, My Brother and Me. Remember that one?
Well, so we got
Oh,
Keenan and Kel and all that. Gotta mention those two.
Rocco's Modern Life is great. All that.
Great one. Cat Dog. Love. Oh,
I
and
like
Legends
Angry
of the Hidden
Beavers.
Temple was Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah, those are live. Guts, Global Guts, Nick
Yeah.
Arcade, all those shows. Wild and Crazy Kids. Those were all
As
live
totally-
action.
Sure, I remember that show.
I gotta tell you though,
Salute Your Shorts. Hey Dude. Remember Hey Dude?
I remember-
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Blue's Clues. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I guess that's a Nickelodeon show. I mean, I watched that
Nick
because of my
Jr.
kids.
Little
That's funny.
Bear. Remember that shit? How much did you watch Nick Jr. at the time? I did. Late 90s.
I think I'm sure I've seen it. Actually, yeah, because my mother babysat for kids,
You
so
remember
I
it, I'm
definitely
sure you
watched
saw
some of
it.
that stuff. That
Busy World of Richard Scarry.
what was it? The bear, baby bear, something.
Little Bear.
That sounds familiar. But
He had like it was like a very lighthearted educational show. It was
Yeah.
really good though.
What was the one? Daria. Loved that
Daria
show
was
too.
good.
That was an
MTV,
MTV
that was
show
great.
though. Yeah, right. Yeah,
So,
I just
That was a
realized that.
spin-off of Beavis and Butthead.
I'm glad you brought
Yeah,
that
that's
up,
true.
because
That had a hard
Top-
influence.
top three,
Yes.
top 3 adulter cartoons that I started to watch was the first one I ever saw was South
South
Park.
Park.
It was the
Yeah,
Mr. Hanky Christmas Poo episode that first aired.
96.
Really?
I was
Yeah.
at a Christmas party and my mom's friend's son was in his room downstairs and I was just chilling with him because I was like fucking, I don't know how old was I, like
9.
give or take, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, watch it. So I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this right now. Like this man raunchy shit. I told my mother when I got home, she's like, I don't want you watching anymore.
Yeah.
That led into Beavis and Butthead, which led into Daria, which led into Ren and Stimpy. And that's what kind of got my flow going of like this
Ren and Stimpy was so good. I
So
loved it.
raunchy, like adulty cartoon, adult conversations.
Yo, you remember the Ren and Stimpy theme song? Dope. Sick
No.
guitar, like bluegrassy, bluesy, but like awesome, like country-ish guitar. It's nice.
No, I hate that I just said that I love Ren and Stimpy and I don't remember that either. But I do
Oh,
remember
dude, it's
always
great.
watching Ren and Stimpy because I always remember him getting so angry. But
It's
no,
like bluesy. It's awesome.
going back though, like I don't remember the first South Park episode that I ever watched, but like the one that stands out to me the most is the Uncle Fucker song and the movie with Satan.
Those are
like,
both-
those.
Uncle Fucker's in the movie.
Yeah.
The movie
Oh, was it?
way
Oh,
ahead
okay,
of
so
its
then the
time.
movie stands out to me more than anything. Like I
There's-
just,
I'll take the movie over the entire show, and the show is incredible.
yeah, no,
But
all the
movie
shows
as
episodes
an-
are great,
its
but
own
like, yeah,
entity,
I
awesome.
must have watched the movie that many times then because that is what had such a strong South
Incredible
Park influence on
stuff.
me. What is
Bigger,
it? Bigger,
longer.
better, uncut.
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 Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Phenomenal movie.
That was
But
Phenomenal.
Satan and who's his number
Saddam
2?
Hussein.
Yeah. Oh my God, Satan and Saddam. So
You know how I
fucking
feel
funny.
about you. Let's.
come on,
If
guys.
that came out now, are you kidding me? Oh
Forget
my
about it,
God,
dude.
so butthurt. We
But,
should
yeah.
we should start like a online thing, like bring back the South Park movie. Like I would love to see it like come re-release
No,
out
we
in
do.
theaters
We
or something
watch
like
that
that. Like get
Now
everybody
that
get all
shit-
butthurt.
that shit too.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was some good shit. I loved it.
Yeah, go
Honestly, MTV had some great shows, man. It
Really
really
did.
did.
So were you?
TGIF. How about those?
That's what I was gonna bring
Your
up.
ABC. Talk about your ABC shows. You got your Full House, Family Matters, Boy Meets World, Step by Step, all those shows. Friday night.
Boy Meets World is a big one for me. I love Boy Meets World.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That was
Great
another
one.
I'll go Full House for my favorite out of those because even though it was cheesy, I watched it the most. I watched Step by Step too. Obviously, I watched all of them, but
See, I watched Seventh Heaven, and I
that
didn't.
wasn't
Really?
TGIF, but yeah, it was Channel
That
11.
wasn't. No.
Channel 11.
Oh, that was probably like prime time.
Same
after the
time.
Batman animated series at 5:30 when Dad's getting home.
Well, we could go TGIF, and I also think we should touch on cartoons from Fox. Do you remember Fox
Oh, let's
cartoons?
get it, boy.
Wait.
Gargoyles, The Tick.
Hold on,
Before
wait,
you
wait.
move on,
Because
Yeah, yeah.
wait, before you move on, you missed a big show for me.
Wait for
TGIF?
TGIF.
Yep.
Let's get.
All right, wait. I want to
following.
guess. Is it Growing Pains?
Nope.
Well, that was, a little before.
Was it? No. Friends wasn't on there, so you can't.
No,
you
no,
can't.
that's must
This is
see
a
TV.
big
That's
show.
good.
Like I can't believe you're not like. Can I give you a line from the show? How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see if we can do it.
Not the mama,
Oh,
Dinosaurs.
That was TGIF.
bro. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
TGIF. Hell yeah.
That was a great
Still in my
show.
Charger.
You know
Great
what show that's just like?
On the baby. You gotta love me. What?
Tell me what show that's just like. Think about all the characters. What is the human counterpart to that show? That's just the same kind of character.
Married with Children.
No, but another.
Like show like
TGIF
that. It's
show.
got to be like a family show. That's what I'm thinking.
From the 90s.
Right. TGIF
What's the
show,
one? What's the one
same
with
character.
the
Family Matters.
fucking
Family
no the
Matters.
football?
100%.
Oh
It's
really?
Family Matters, dude.
All
The
right.
baby is Urkel. The dad is Carl. Brother's Eddie. Laura's his sister. They don't have the other sister went into porn, by the way. Did you know
Okay.
that?
The others. What?
The young sister. Do you remember the young sister? Her name was Jamie Foxworthy.
I was
She was
thinking of
early
the
in the show. She
what's
was
the
written out. She
Bundys?
went into porn.
Al
That's
Bundy.
funny.
That's the one I was
She
thinking
became
of.
the porn star.
Oh no, that's
Right,
Married
that
with
makes
Children,
sense.
right? Yeah.
I don't whatever. It's what I read about her, but she's yeah, but it's Family Matters, same characters. That's
Okay.
fine.
I didn't realize
The
that.
premise, obviously. and
I
shit.
was big on TGIF.
Dinosaurs was great though.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, every show on TGIF was great.
Classic.
Didn't have
Yeah, it
a
was
bad show, especially throughout the 90s. Definitely.
dude, we
prime
had so
time.
many blocks on so many channels, cartoon and like stuff like that, and live action shows. Then we had the sitcoms of like.
Well, that's why.
them- so many shows everywhere. Amazing.
That's why people nowadays get so pissed when they're scrolling through the TV and they're like, fuck, there's nothing on, because we used to have like literally 10 to 20 different
We
things
had
to choose from to be
everything.
like, fuck, I need to record stuff so I cannot
Yeah.
miss stuff. And then that's where TiVo came in. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
no joke, if you think
Yeah.
about it, how many times were you recording something in one room on like a VHS, like, oh, I got to record this so I don't miss it. We're going to watch this in here so we can
Watching
watch
something
that
in
later.
another.
You know what I
100%.
mean? And then finally
DVR
recording on.
That's like emptied.
Exactly.
That's
And then
done.
when DVR came out, that's when shows started to fucking die to where you didn't need it anymore.
Because you could record in one, record in the same, and watch in the same. And then it's like
Well, and then streaming took it to a whole new level. But
Darkwing Duck was a good one.
Channel 11
hate one.
cartoon, Disney Afternoon, Goof Troop.
That was
Remember
good.
these?
That was real big.
Those
so
were
wait,
good.
wait. We're going Disney 90s now?
DuckTales. Well, they were different channels at different shows.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because we're going through like everything. So I just want to make sure. Well, because
Yeah, definitely.
90s Disney show, that 70s show was a 90s Disney show.
That 70 show was from Disney.
Mhm.
What? Are you
I just put in 90s Disney shows, and on the like list of like things that popped up, that 70s show is there.
Really? It must be owned by. I mean, it must be like a Disney production, but it's not like Disney content. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Were we staying specific on something? Would you say
Tailspin.
Rescuers? Okay, yeah. Chippendale.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps was
Goosebumps. You like Goosebumps, Frank?
I mean, yeah.
Wow,
Trying to think
he's
of what's
light
the
on.
one. Night of the Living Dummy was probably like the one that like stuck out
That's
in my
my
head.
favorite.
I would
100%.
say that's
my
probably like
favorite.
the one that stuck out in my head, but I don't really remember a lot of the other ones. Tales from the Hidden Crypt, or right? Is that what it is? Tales from the Crypt,
No,
whatever.
you think of Legends of the Hidden Temple, but Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
That was
Tales from the
another
Crypt.
show.
That show with like the fucking skeleton guy. That show was cool.
That should creep me out. So I
Really?
read, that
Love
one and Goosebumps because I read the books.
I like Goosebumps.
So when I read the books, it's your own imagination. You know what I'm saying? Then they remade it into a fucking TV show, and I'm sitting there watching this dummy do evil shit. I'm like, that's not what I was thinking in my head, but now it's real to me. So I got that should freak me out. Same thing with Ghost Rider.
Are You Afraid of the Dark had those
That one, I
kinds of
mean, I'm
scares
sorry.
too.
That one.
90 Nickelodeon for horror for kids I think they did a great job, and I think Goosebumps was very similar in that. You know what I mean? I think they had similar styles, like a lot of creepy camera angles, like looking up at like think about like drug commercials in the 90s. A lot of those like those filming. Think about like Eggo commercials. They had and like fruit snacks and like creepy crawls and all the toys and stuff. Think about like how the characters looked and like how the filming was, like a lot of in your face close-ups. It was like a lot of creepiness to kids presented material, whether it's cartoons, products, wouldn't you say?
Well, see, that's why it's funny, because I even tell my kids now, like when they're like, "Oh, that's scary," I'm like, sometimes it's fun to get scared.
Right.
Like, I used to love like horror movies and stuff like that growing up. So yeah, I liked some of those shows.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was all fun, scary. You got
Yeah.
scared, but it was meant for kids, but it was very creatively done. A lot of
Absolutely.
those things, I think.
I'm looking through this list of Disney shows now, though, and I gotta say, like, I didn't know Boys Meets World was a Disney show, but it says 24 old Disney Channel shows that you can stream on Disney Plus, which Boy Meets World is one of them. But Gargoyles was a great one that I got to
Gargoyles.
mention.
Yeah, that was.
Doug, Recess, School's Out.
What you're naming now is like Saturday morning cartoons.
One Saturday morning. That's
But this
ABC.
was all
I didn't mess with
Disney.
that so much.
This was all Disney specific, so that's why.
Yeah. It was. It was Disney one Saturday morning. Correct.
Pepper Ann
This
when-
one was one of my favorites. Smart Guy. He's a
Oh,
smart
yeah.
guy. Love that
Omar
show.
Gooding from Wild and Crazy Kids is in that show. He's
Yep.
his brother.
He's like the
right?
best friend or like whatever
Best
that comes
friend,
over
yeah.
and stuff. Out of the
Rocket
box, I
Power.
don't know that one. So weird. Even Stevens, great one.
That one I do. Remember.
Yeah, I remember these names. I don't really watch.
Proud Family,
Yeah.
really? Even Stevens was like Shia LaBeouf's like kickoff. I loved Even
No,
Stevens.
I didn't really watch these. I knew about them. I just never.
He was
Lizzie
like the
McGuire.
disgusting brother. I would say Lizzie McGuire was next. Kim Possible.
Impossible. I never really got into that. but-
And it's funny because Kim Possible's like theme song was like "Bam, bam, bam," it was like close to like the Mission Impossible like theme song or whatever.
Yeah.
That's So Raven was another big one.
Sister.
Was Sister Disney?
Oh no, no, it was
I don't
Disney.
know, but it was on
No.
DJI sometimes.
The
Yeah, that was
Sweet
another
Life
one.
of Zach and Cody, which is like a little more 2000, and then like getting into like the Hannah Montana phase and like all that type of
Yeah,
stuff. But no, but some of the other ones that I mentioned, I was like, damn, when I heard that list, I was like he's a smart guy. That one brought me back. Like I used to watch that show all the fucking time. The kid that was like the boy genius and like went to high school and he was like 8 years old or whatever. You never watched that show, D?
I don't think so. I'm thinking you're thinking of Doogie Howser, but I don't think that's the case.
Well, I mean, this was like a newer version of Doogie Howser, and it was a black version because it was an all black show.
What? All right. Was Ghostbusters on Fox? Did you
The
guys ever watch
cartoon?
that? Yeah.
Cartoon is good. I don't remember if it's on Fox.
What about Ninja Turtles? I don't know.
Oh.
Was that ABC?
No, that was Fox.
That was Fox too.
If no,
I don't
Nin-
remember the.
you know what?
channels.
That's a good question because Ninja Turtles.
I feel like it was on CBS or something, like Channel 7. Same channel as Super Mario Brothers when it was on like 6 a.m. in the morning.
And with the Sonic cartoon, those
Yeah,
all came on
yeah,
after
yeah,
each
yeah.
other. There might have been like a Fox type thing, or it could have. Who knows?
I don't remember.
A lot of those channels had odd blocks for some of these cartoons, but like they didn't create them. Maybe I don't know.
It was like cartoons in the morning, and then Montel Williams,
Right.
and then Jerry Springer, and then cartoons when you get home from school.
Right.
It was like adult stuff.
Well, they're the kids' blocks, like we said, like Disney Afternoon was after.
I
school.
loved watching Jerry Springer though.
No, when you were sick and you had to stay home from school, you know he's gonna be. a good day.
You should check
It
out.
was always Price is Right and what's it called? Price is Right and what's the next one? The one where you could trade in the fucking like you could trade in your
Make a
prize for
deal?
something bigger. Yeah, let's make a deal.
Yeah,
Price is Right,
well, I
let's
was
make a
older
deal.
than Price is Right.
And then what's the one with like Plinko and that stuff?
Price is Right.
Oh no, okay, so that's Price is Right. What's the other one? It's
Jeopardy?
Price is Right, let's make a deal. No, before Jeopardy. It would be Price is Right, let's make a deal and something else. Fuck. I can't think of it. But and then like it would be like let's whatever that one. And then it would be Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, that's all Comedy
That's a good
Central.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
that's-
I know, but I'm saying like that would be for me. Then after that,
That
I'd
would
be
be
like,
your
oh, now
morning.
switch to Whose Line Is It Anyway for like midday.
There's a show on Hulu right now that I've seen almost all of, and it's really cool. It's 5 or 6 episodes called Culture Shock, and each episode focuses on a different aspect or event or person's life that really shaped pop culture. One of the episodes, like Michael Jackson, is This Is It tour, and when he died. The next one is the rise of like the daytime Jerry Springer type show, you know, with the birth of
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah. And it rose to that. And like they go through Oprah and Phil Donahue of the 80s. He was like the first one of like the 60s, 70s to do that. Goes through the 70s, 80s, Oprah. And then it goes to Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, and like sex cells and like stupid shit they went to because it never started like that. It's really interesting. You like it. 45-minute episodes. They're cool. And another one is like about a show called Freaks and Geeks from Judd Apatow, and all those actors are in it from Younger. And there's another one, I don't know, you'll check it out though. It's called Culture Shock. It's cool.
Okay.
5, 6 episodes, it's worth it. Hulu.
What's the other thing that you and Joe told me about, Danny? The other show that was like breaks down some of the old like movies or TV shows or something like that. It has like a bunch of different episodes about like old horror movies or
Movies that made us.
yeah.
The Toys That Made Us is another good one on
That's a good
Netflix
one.
too.
Oh yeah, so maybe it was Darren that said it. I was saying movies that made us or toys that made us, and like there was. You said there's a
Oh.
couple different versions. I want to check that out still too. That's on my list.
Very worth it. Dude, the Barb for the Toys That Made Us, they have like Power Rangers in there. They have like wrestling, that's a good one. Wrestling figures.
Ninja Turtles is in there.
Yeah, that too. Dude,
Wait,
the
wait. I just gotta
Barbie
ask
one.
real quick. Were you guys big on wrestling like back in the day?
I wasn't
Kind of.
I was, but like I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I
What
wasn't
was your favorite
gung
wrestler?
ho. Undertaker.
Really?
Yep.
It's a good one. No, very solid. But all right.
Hulk Hogan was big. He was really my
Okay.
favorite. But once Undertaker came out, yeah, I was big.
What about you, D?
I was a big Randy Savage Macho Man.
Yeah, I liked him too.
but
I liked
that
more
was
than I
like
thought.
early on, and then I started to watch it more as it was like Mankind, and
Triple
Steve
H,
Austin, right? Like
Steve
the
Austin, I
Generation X,
liked,
the Hardy
Goldberg.
Brothers. Those
Okay.
were. That's when I got back into it. But as a kid, I was Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Macho Man, and
I liked Sting.
Jake the Snake.
Sting was nice. I like Sting.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
like
like more
old-
wrestling than I realized. And
I love Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. That's the one I'm talking
Getting
about.
more into like the newer, or like not newer, but old, new. Stone Cold Steve Austin was like my number one. I
He
love
really
the
changed
Hardy
it.
Boys. Fucking Jeff Hardy was like my man.
I love
Love the Dudley Boys. Fucking Dudley Boys were dope. They had the best fucking together fucking special move. And then I loved Rey Mysterio, 619 all day.
I liked him too. I really
Love Rey
liked Rey
Mysterio.
Dude,
Yeah.
WCW versus NWO was an amazing game for 64. Did you play it?
Fuck yeah. Great
Yeah,
game.
that was an awesome game. And I got to appreciate wrestling, I think, more from that. But I
Kevin
didn't watch
Nash,
wrestling every
baby.
night. I didn't.
No, yeah, I hear you.
But I
no,
watched it sometimes. I liked it, But
I
never
definitely
told you.
yes, I just fucking won. Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that in the middle of the thing.
The Vegas vacation.
Oh, I just won fantasy football. Thank you.
Congrats, bro.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that in the middle of the episode, but things get exciting. Woo.
Took a turn there, did you? So there was a lot of other TV shows that I used to watch that were also family oriented. Besides, like Boy Meets World and Family Matters, Hanging with Mr. Cooper was a big one, and Martin. I used to watch those shows all the time.
Of course.
And then you have like my parents would watch like Dharma and Greg and shit. My dad was big into NYPD Blue.
Those are Fox and like NBC
Yeah.
lineups, and obviously Seinfeld's in there, and Friends became in there, and all the Cheers was still on all those shows. I was
What's,
gonna pop the show Wonder Years.
What's the other? Oh, Wonder Years is a great show.
Wonder
What's
Years
the
is
other
one of the
Wayans
best
Brothers
shows
show where he has the son Junior and the daughter and his wife is Janet Jackson?
Janet Jackson.
What?
Yeah, fucking what's that show?
Sorry, sir. I think you're mistaken.
No.
Probably know what you're talking about.
Or maybe it's not Janet Jackson, but
Yeah, that's part of you.
what's her fucking name with the curly hair? She kind of looks like Janet Jackson. Oh my god, his son's name is Junior. He's like kind of dumb. He's bald.
Kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah, My Wife and Kids.
Oh.
Gina.
Tina. Yes. Well, I don't know.
Tina.
She does kind of look like Janet Jackson though.
What?
A little bit.
Real quick, do you know who
I
Janet
love
Jackson
Janet
is?
Jackson.
That's the same one
Keisha
from
Campbell.
Martin Lawrence's show, right?
Keisha Campbell. Yeah, it's her.
Yeah.
Keisha Campbell.
Oh, from the Martin.
Tina,
That's her,
baby.
yeah. She plays
Yeah.
Jay, the wife, and the kid. He has like a kid when he's like 16.
Okay, gotcha.
And the sister's hot as I love her. She's from You Got Served. Jennifer Freeman. She's dope.
Oh yeah, that is her. Holy
And
shit.
Megan Good. Oh, stop it.
Wait, shout out to that movie though too. You Got Served. Great fucking
Yeah, that's a good one.
name there. Name drop. Yeah, love that movie.
Marcus Houston, Omarion, dope.
Wait, all that genre movies like Save the Last Chance, You Got Served.
Your Dreams. Savior David Last Dance is good. Really.
Loved all those. Loved all those movies too. I know that was like later too from 90s, but I'm just saying because since you mentioned
No, that was definitely 2000s, but it was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was
100%.
really good, though.
You ever see Third Rock from the Sun?
Yeah, I used to watch that.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
used to
BBC
watch
show.
that shit. That
Yeah.
was fun.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Lithgow,
Yeah.
love him. I find out Humpalat is the mom.
Yep.
What is the beginning scene of Austin Powers 2? So good. Oh my god. The chest plate pieces. He's choking on it. Great.
Austin Powers is just classic to me so
I
many
love
ways.
that
There's
shit.
so I've said to my sister, and I've said this for like years now, and I've still never been able to complete it. But there's times where I go up to people in public and I'll just be like, hey, there you are. And I'm waiting for
Hi,
someone
do
to
I know
say,
you? Yeah.
yeah, I'm waiting for someone to say that, but no one has ever like said it that way to where I could be like, no, that's where you are. You're there. And I want to do it one day. And the day that I finally get someone to like say it back and do it, I'm so going to call my sister right away and be like,
There you are. Do I know you? No, but that's where you are. You're there.
oh, it's one of my favorite parts of that movie.
I just love one anyway. I'm a huge one fan, so.
Who does number 2 work for?
Right, buddy. You tell that turd who's boss.
Do you remember?
We're gonna get through this together.
right here with you, pal.
Bite your lip, give it hell. Gonna
And
get
then he
through-
comes out and he's like, "Holy hell! What did you eat?"
so like Bond gimmicky.
All right.
Great fucking.
So
movie.
here's a couple we didn't fucking bring up. Ready? I'm just gonna
Okay.
rattle them off to you.
What is this? Just like shows from the 90s that we didn't
Shows
mention?
that are just fucking dope, and you can't really not mention them in this.
Okay. Wait, are we going off of the list that you had before this? Because yeah, I'm looking at it now, and there are a few.
That you can name some, but I'm gonna throw a couple that I used to love watching as a kid. Magic School Bus,
Great fucking show.
Wishbone,
Wait, Magic School Bus. I've made my kids watch now because it was
That's
so good.
fucking great.
It's on Netflix, and like I've made them watch it just because I remember how great that show was, and
Hell
like her
yes.
fucking pet iguana or whatever.
Magic School Bus was big for me. That was a learning thing. Like I
Hell
watched,
yeah.
I watched
And
Wishbone.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy was gonna bring that up.
You know,
What the fuck else?
like Magic School Bus and Bill Nye like go hand in hand to
Yeah,
me
they went-
because
they
I
were-
watched those in school.
I used to watch a lot of America's Funniest Home Videos
Really?
all the time, bro. I used to watch that shit like all day, back to back.
Seventh Heaven. Wow, I see that on here
That
now, and
was
I'm like,
good.
that's a good one.
There were a couple shows that I liked. The Marvel, like fucking X-Men and Spider-Man. I used to watch those religiously all the time.
Honestly, I can't even lie. I didn't get into that stuff till I was older. Like even like Transformers and stuff. Like Transformers, I didn't really get into until like the Shia LaBeouf movies
Me
came out,
neither.
and then I went back and watched all the old cartoons and stuff like that. Like even now, Star Wars, I wasn't really into Star Wars when I was like young. I got into Star Wars after like I met Jeff and like after I got older and
Right.
stuff. And then I went back and rewatched all the old stuff. And Pete Ficori, shout out to Pete.
What's up,
Was
Pete?
the reason that I fucking went back and watched all the like animated Star Wars and like the real in between shit that like nobody fucking watches. And I have to say, like a lot of those sub stories, like Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the animated series, I know I've said this to you before, is worth the fucking watch. It's like 8 or 9
100%.
seasons, but it's such a quick like watch through, and it's so good, especially if you like any part of like Anakin, Darth Vader-ish, like want to see a prequel to that. And then Ahsoka Tano is throughout the whole thing. And with her show coming out now, I'm so happy that I went back and watched all that because so worth the watch. But I have to mention Star Wars because Star Wars was huge throughout the 90s.
Star Wars was big, yeah. You were big on Batman animated series.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Batman, yeah. See, but I like the old Batman from the 90s too. Like the regular movie with Michael Keaton.
88 or 89?
9.
Batman Forever.
Tim Burton.
Like with the Riddler.
That's
Oh,
later.
that's was that 93, 94? That was
No,
when it was
With the
sealed.
Penguin and the Riddler and like with Danny DeVito.
96. Batman Returns is 2. I actually like that
Oh,
one.
is that Batman Returns?
That's the second one. That's
I
like
like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
I like that one.
I like him as Penguin. That's why I
Yeah,
like.
he was great as Penguin.
But I'm still Nolan Batman's over Tim Burton any day. That's just me. Because that's a different director also. Joel Schumacher did the second one. He's a big time director. I mean, but the styles vary. I mean, a lot of people love classic Batman. I mean, this, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
90s TV shows really. I feel like that influenced us to who we are
Every
Oh,
today.
fuck yeah.
single way.
There was a lot more family around the TV.
'Cause that was
TV shows.
that was culture.
Well, there was so many more fun shows like Double Dare we didn't mention, or like things like that too, like the
What would
sliming
you do?
Nickelodeon type of shows that were like,
You
know,
do.
I would sit down and watch that with my mom, and my sister, and shit.
That's that stuff where it's like you learn lessons through these TV shows.
Dude, you learn
with
through
your family.
Animaniacs.
Yeah.
You go learn through Animaniacs.
You
It's
can learn
educational.
through man.
It's true.
There's a couple animated ones on here that we didn't mention that I just want to like rattle off real quick too.
Yeah, go
I don't
for
know
it.
if we said Cat Dog, but Wild Thornberries, All Real Monsters, love that show.
That was
Great
Ang-
show.
Angry Beavers, love that show. Rocket
was
Power, love that show. And that was really it.
He's big on Salute You shorts.
Oh yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yes, dude. And Hey Dude, they were paired.
All right. See, Rocket Power was like huge for me. Rocket Power and
You
Angry
always say that,
Beavers.
you love that shit.
Loved Rocket Power, and the one that the skinny friend, the like goofy one, I forget his name, but he was always my favorite. And then Angry Beavers, fucking loved Angry Beavers too.
Great intro,
Those were
Angry
good.
Beaver. So
Angry
good.
Beavers, I remember like being at my grandma's house after school before like my mom got off work and like watching that show after school all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of like going being on my grandma's apartment in Vegas all the time.
I love that shit, man. I wish that you could go back. I wish that the effect that the 90s TV shows had on us were still residing, I guess.
In my heart, they do.
Go, I was say, go watch one of those shows episodes. You'll fucking feel that way again. There's some times where I'll like. That's why I said I've thrown on some of the cartoons that I used to watch back in the day for my kids to see if they'll watch them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
I'm
But
gonna-
like when I watch those shows and I go back and watch those episodes, I'm like, damn, like I remember this. Like I miss watching this, and you almost get that little,
nostalgia.
feeling again.
I'm gonna tell you my
Absolutely.
top 3 favorite TV shows of all time that I think really influenced me, and I would like to show my children if ever that's the case.
Okay.
It's gonna be fuck. I just drawn a blank. Sesame Street,
Okay.
Bob Ross painting,
Oh yeah, Bob
Okay.
Ross for the win.
and
So
to finalize it, I'm gonna go with Mr. Rogers.
Do, 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 do,
Beautiful day in the
do.
neighborhood.
I mean, you could always just go Winnie the Pooh too.
touche. But those are my.
But no, yeah. What was the first one you said? Sesame Street. Sesame Street. It's funny because you can still now. It's on HBO Go. You can go to the first season on HBO Go and look at like the oldest episodes to all the way to now. Like they still have new episodes of Sesame Street now to this day. And that is one thing that's cool because like my kids did. They grew up watching Sesame Street, like the new episodes, of course, as they came out and stuff. But yeah, it's that's a cool thing to like have that as like, whereas I watched that show growing up and they watched that show growing up, you know.
It's a commonality. Damn, son.
Mhm.
Who knew? Maybe we were all sitting down on one Friday night and watching all the same shit in 3 different places. Didn't even know each other as kids.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
you know, it's one thing that we didn't mention that was like started from the 90s. Pokemon,
Sopranos.
King of the Hill. I'm
Yeah.
thinking animated still because like most of the stuff we talked about was animated. But Pokemon, King of the Hill were two like very big shows that like more into the 2000s, but started in the late 90s. We did mention Doug, and I think that's it. But yeah, I just saw those two after, and I was like, oh shit.
All right. Well, I guess you gotta add anything.
No closing statements.
Wrap us out, D. Wait, what? Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just what?
Oh, my
I
bad.
get what you said.
I did it again.
Damn, you give the easy ones.
Oops, I
Alright.
did it again.
All right. Well, I hope. I mean, I fucking love talking about 90s. I could do this all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank
know
you
I could.
for the likes, listen, shares, and follows. We appreciate all your support.